of a game Zoom hangout with some other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, which was a lot of fun. For those of you who don't know me, I am here in Australia, hence the accent, just about an hour's north of Sydney near Gosford. I sell the products I'm about to show you in my video, and I come on here to share making cards so you can see fun things to do with the products, techniques, all of those types of things. I know, Mimi, it was so fun. I wish I could have stayed for longer, but I made a commitment and I kind of forgot about the game night. And funnily enough, we are making a shaker card now. So a story from that game night will actually come out during this video. So Mimi already knows what I'm going to say, but it was pretty fun. So if you're popping in on the replay, welcome. I am trying to get myself all set up here because I have very quickly just tried to log in. Hello, Miss Cindy. Hello, Donna. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I hope you all had a beautiful weekend. The weather has started to turn here just while everyone's coming in, and we are starting to get colder days. I have on some brand new leggings. They have these huge, like, melon mambo butterflies on them. They're quite nice. They're very warm, because it got down to below 10 degrees last night. So when I was doing karate pickup at like 9 o'clock last night, it was 10 degrees, and I was able for the first time this year to blow fog out of my mouth. I love that. I'm such a kid. Hey, Margene. Hey, Nick. Yay, Mimi, that's fantastic. Congratulations. That's a huge achievement. Hey, Peggy. Yeah, so I had a belated family get together with my dad's side of the family on Sunday, so that was very nice. And there was card making on the weekend, so I was card making for all my commitments this month. I'm up to date. Now I get to play with new things. I needed to get all my commitments out of the way, and then I can play with some new things to send out to my customers with their catalogues. Yes, please, everyone, congratulate Mimi. Silver Elite, for those of you that are customers, is like manager level. That's what I equate it to in a normal company, and you get a fair few perks for being that. You get to do game night, which I just did with fellow Stampin' Up! Leaders. You get information. So I've always got a bit of information up my sleeve you get to do at our events. We get a separate event or an event on top of that for us, or a couple of hours, which is lots of fun. I am going to make sure I'm live on Facebook, because not on Facebook, on YouTube, because it doesn't appear that I am. But that's okay. I'm not going to. I am live, just no one's commented from YouTube. That is perfectly fine. I can deal with that. So we are playing with the sweet ice cream today, and I am playing only because I had them out for my sneak peek photo. These are the three. Oh no, there is another pattern. Hey, Shirley, these are 3 of the 4 patterns that we are playing with today. I'm just going to make sure I'm muted, which I am. Thank you for commenting, Shirley from YouTube. That's fine, Cindy. You do you. Whatever works for you is fine. I am just glad that I can see that it's working, and that is great. Because it's got cold here in Australia, I'm just dealing with some colds here. Our true autumn weather has started here in my area anyway, and we've got a bit of a cold snap. We flipped my underlay last night and we were nice and snuggly and warm, and my husband's meant to start work at about 8:30, 9 o'clock. We woke up at 9:30. Oops. But anyway, so it's been a bit of a weird start to the morning, and then I was late to the game night day thing, but it was lots of fun. Lots of fun doing fun games and a few absurd answers. I now have a new game that I can use on Zoom. It's really cool. Lots of fun, although one of the questions or answers, my kids are well, thank you, on school holidays. So I think one only just woke up. Yeah, so on a large Zoom meeting, it's great. Or you can play it in person, but it's phone based. It's on Jackbox TV. I've got it on my phone, which I'm broadcasting on, so I can't show you. So this is shaker card. We are making a shaker card today. And this is the shaker card that we're making. I actually, in my team meeting, they requested heat embossing on acetate. So I decided, oh, hey, Lokes. I decided to make a shaker card and to showcase the heat embossing on vellum. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to make one card, but shaker cards, I want to show you a few tips and tricks with them. So it's going to take a little bit longer than our standard card to make because this is a true technique. Now, not everyone loves shaker cards, and that's okay, but making my first shaker card in a while, I learned a few things, and the acetate didn't help me with the first card. So still wrangling all my charging. I have way too many devices in the one area, but they all serve their purpose. So I'm going to flick you around and we can get traveling with making this shaker card. So please tell me, oops, I am just going to leave you on my desk for a titch while I fix my stand. It's being a little temperamental, or it's in an odd shape at the moment, so easier me to fix it while you guys are sitting on the desk. Hey, Blueberry from Tucson. Hello, Miss Roz. Thank you for joining. So if anything, oh, hang on. Let me go into the correct orientation. Now, if anything happens today and HAPS falls over like it was doing last week, thank you, Cam. If HAPS falls over, I will go as quickly as I can over to Facebook Live and we will play over there. So I've tried to do everything I can to mitigate any issues with HAPS, but yes. So I will turn off, I'll get rid of these horrible shadows and I will be back in just a sec. You'll hear my footsteps on my hard floors. Anyway, hey Sylvia. And my footsteps are not subtle because of my disability. They're elephant footsteps. Yeah, I'm sorry, Cam. I think I told you last time, not a singer. So to go with the sweet ice cream stamp set, I have grabbed out the sweet ice cream paper. Now, this paper is so much fun. So we have terracotta tiles and yellows, blackberry bliss and calypso coral. We have, I want to say that's Bermuda Bay, but we have like your standard soft serve cones. We have sprinkles. Just going to show you some of these patterns. We have waffle cone, and on the back we have our normal waffle cone with ice cream scoops. I have used quite a bit of this paper and it's so colourful and fun. We'll see if, oh, and this is a pattern I've used with you guys before. I use the green polka dots, and I'll tell you exactly, if I can get this back in, I will, now that I've covered it up, I will tell you that is Old Olive. So I'll pop these papers away because I don't need them. I already have my pre-cut pieces for today. Nothing is going to go in. If anyone has a question about these plastic covers I keep my papers in, they are from Amazon and they are cropper hopper, but they're storage something. If you have any questions, please just ask. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Great that you can join us live today. So that is the paper. I'm going to pop that off to the side and we are going to open my package that is left over from class. So these are all my class bits and bobs. I celebrated by using some purple posy. I know you can't buy it anymore, but I did. Apparently we're making 2 shaker cards. I have 2 lots of things. So that is fun. Do I have enough paper for frames? This is what I have to work out. I don't know that I have enough paper for frames. That's the only thing. I don't have those pieces cut. Let me have a look at all my scraps here. And I think these pieces are too small. Yes, those pieces are too small to cut frames. But this is the joy of a paper shaker card. You can either cut a window in a piece or create a frame. So you can see here I have created a frame and using my stitched rectangle dies, which I neglected to grab out. But I do have a piece of this paper and I'm just going to pop these pieces aside. And first of all, we will create our frame. Hello, Denise. Thank you for joining all the way from beautiful Canada. Please ignore the plate that just fell on the ground. It's stuck to the bottom and I just need to grab my dies. So just bear with me a second. The good thing is I already have my dies together. So I created my frame. Just bear with me here. I will get myself organised at some stage, or if not, we'll just stay disorganised. Nothing new here. So I'm just going to spin, grab my spatula, just pick these up. So I have already pre-taped together the 2 dies. So these dies in particular, you want the nesting style of dies, and you can make multiple sizes of frames. So you can make a wider frame. I could use the 1st and the 3rd to make a wider frame. I just used 2 right next to each other because it worked for my project. Thank you, Cam. I appreciate that. Cam's just given me a bit of an award saying I'm doing a great broadcast. If I just need to check, I do need to trim this paper down a titch. Okay. So let me check what width I actually need. If I do it about 7.5 centimetres, that will be perfect. Give me enough wiggle room to play with. Okay, now these products are still available as of last night, so they are, well, they are all available. None of these products are retiring yet. They are available in our January to June mini catalogue. So this is our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. As it tells you, it cuts and embosses. So we are going to put down face down so it cuts the paper, our taped together dies. Hello, Carol. Thank you for joining. Okay, and crank this through and we will be left with two pieces. The interior piece, which I'm not using on this card, and the frame. So just carefully pop these all out. I do generally just put pressure on the edge to get it started. And where did I put that spatula? So I normally just go carefully through here. Because of the stitching, it does kind of like to stay in the die, which is a nice thing, but we've just got to treat it nicely, because look at that side of the die. That's actually really pretty. I might change tact and use that side of the die. Do you think I can get this frame out? The answer is no. Okay, I want to disengage both sides gently because we'd prefer not to rip and or warp this frame. So gently as she goes. Gently, gently, gently. Okay, that's one frame done. And I'll just rip this extra paper off. Put it in my recycling. So what, for those of you that are on spring break or school holidays, what fun activities are you guys doing? We aren't doing anything, but I am going through my eldest bedroom. We're kind of due for a bit of a revamp, but we need, like, I went through clothes yesterday, worked out what didn't fit and what I might need to purchase. Hello, Colleen. I know, right? And this paper, I like every side, but because I'm putting it on the terracotta tile or calypso coral side, it kind of works if the frame has both colours. It works either way. But what I did when I sort of went bold, a mid pattern, and then I went a like less busy pattern. It kind of doesn't work, but it does, if you know what I mean. But the colours all work really, really well together, which helps a lot. So my machine is away now, so I have a bit of room to play. Okay, so I might do one this way because that's how I've actually die cut it, so the piercings go into the paper, and then this one I will listen to it. It's like a zipper. Oh, and I can now take these apart. These dies don't need to stay together, and I was very lucky that I haven't needed either of these size dies in the last little bit, because I've been holding on to this video for a couple of weeks, and last week I just physically didn't have the time to do this card with you, but today I do. this week of the school holidays, I think I've only got one extra appointment. So we'll do one this way and one that way. So I've only got one extra appointment. And that's it. Well, for me anyway, the kids are going out to do a few things, but they don't involve me. Hello, Carol. Hello, Jenny. So, Gardner, in Maine. Okay, I am terrible about where your 50 bazillion states lie. I will say that. Oh, that's my extra piece. I thought that was an odd size. I'm just terrible with geography in America, even though I have been there. So for our shaker card, we use dimensionals. Now these are our foam adhesive strips. So I think you get 3 sheets to a pack, 3 or 2, or have I shoved 3 in this? You get 40 strips, and that's not including the outside pieces. So you get 40 strips of foam adhesive. Now this foam adhesive, even though I don't have any Stampin' dimensionals, I am working with my foam sheets at the moment. When I put them up next to each other, the foam strips are slightly taller. I say they're about 1.5 times the width of our normal ones. Okay, and that's so when we put our shaker bits inside, it has room to move and shake, because you want to hear, hello Mr. Linda, thank you for joining. We want room for our shaker bits to move. Now let's see. Now I'm having hand issues the last couple of weeks, more so than normal. So I can get 2 of these off, but I only need 1 at a time. Where are my scissors when I need them? If you hear that whirring, it's my lazy Susan spinning around. See, my scissors really are my best friend. They're my best craft tool. Okay, so we want to pull a strip off, and what we want to do is lie this within the confines of the frame. Okay, and we'll snip it off, and the best advice I have, make sure you butt your, I'm not pulling this on yet. Why didn't someone stop me? I ripped it, but that's okay. Put that back down, Ellen. Leave that to the side. We have to make our window. If you were my window sheets, where would you be? I'm assuming they're somewhere in here. If not, I'm kind of, because they're clear, you miss them. I think I may have given my extra, I've got to check in between each layer. I'm going to have to get that bag back down. I don't have any window sheets in here. That's just scraps and my cut out ice cream cones. Let me grab this pouch down and see if I left them in here. Aha, I see 1, but I think I need 2. So, right, while I'm standing up, I'll get out my sheet of, or my package of window sheets. Package of window sheets, and we'll just trim 1 down. Okay, right. Window sheet, awesome. Do I have, sorry, I'm just, this size will be good, and I actually have to measure this one to see what we've got. Oh, thank you. These are a couple of weeks old. They show up nicely against my work surface. Okay, so window sheets are just acetate. They are perfect. I love our, so 10 centimeters by, or what's that? 10 by 2.5 inches. Yes, I am that person that does actually measure in both metric and imperial. I am totally that person because it's whatever fits best. So 10 centimeters by, so 2.5 inches, didn't I? Oh, I want the blade further down, otherwise I won't cut a straight line. Hold on to this by 2.5. Okay, 2 pieces done. Put the rest back in the pouch here. Then they're not lost in the abyss because they are clear. Whoop, my door just flung open, air pressure in my house. Okay, 1, 2, I can see 2 shells. I am going to grab, oh, I wonder where I put it. I was embossing the other day. I know where it is. I can't show you. Okay. I was embossing for my Christmas Stampathon project and I've popped it in there. Thank you, Delinda. I try my best. So my son is whisking eggs. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm going to shut the door. Hopefully it doesn't blow open again. Okay, embossing. I have a specific spot on the acetate where I want this stamped. So I am going to, or I already have set up my Stamparatus. And in part of setting that up, because words don't necessarily stamp really well here in the corner. What do I have under here? I have my magnet. I got a strip of paper as a jig. Okay, and to prep our acetate, helps if I grab my white embossing powder as well, and I will need a spare scrap piece of paper. Okay, this, I've just grabbed this out of the bin, so this is my catch-all. So I have my very, very sad embossing buddy. I've been told it looks nearly dead because it's lost majority of its volume. I think it's the original embossing buddy I would have got 15 years ago. Okay, so I am sure to cover this piece of acetate extremely well. Okay, and this gets rid of any of the static from our fingertips. So there is a really good coating of the embossing buddy. I'm going to stamp with, oh, thank you so much for dropping in, Mimi. Yes, the replay will be here. Yay, you have a new package of vellum. Well, last night I ordered more dimensionals. So my crisis is now averted. That I shouldn't say, I ran out of my personal stash of dimensionals. I did not touch my class stash because I have class this weekend. So I couldn't touch my class stash. Oh, move this. Move that. Okay, so going to give this a nice stamp down. Now this happy birthday is from the sweet ice cream set. So that is stamped down. Now you can't see anything and that's okay. Just going to pop this to the side and I'll do the other piece separately. Because the Versamark ink is sticky, we need, and it does dry eventually, we kind of need to get to it fairly quickly and coat this in embossing powder. Now, I am going to try and be smart and siphon. Now, that looks like a lot of embossing powder, but because we have used our anti-static tool, that mostly came off. Now, if it doesn't, I do have, where's my brush? Where's my brush? I can't reach my brush. You know, it's hidden behind like a bazillion pens. I can see it. I could see it. It's behind my chalkboard markers. Aha, I got you, buddy. So you just put it up against something dark and get rid of the strays. But do you know what? I really don't think I have any strays. So I'm going to be very bold and leave this open and just pull it off to the side. So your challenge from me, Miss Cindy, is for you to use said packet of vellum and put it in a place where you're not going to lose it again. So we are going to cover. Now, it is okay, shivers, it is okay to leave that acetate off to the side because we're not going to be too long doing our second window. Okay, so this can go back in its little packet because we are done. So this card is fairly heavy with technique, but it's a simple card all the same. Shaker cards just take a while and they're not everyone's jam, and I understand that. It's just my team requested it. So who am I to deny my team a shaker card? That's stamped beautifully. So I am now completely finished with my Stamparatus. I'm going to pull this across again and I'm going to cover this. Make sure I completely cover it. I do let this sit here for just a second. I'm just, now, if you were this paintbrush, where did you put it? I don't think that's powder, actually. I think that's on the back. Do have a little dot there. I think that's pretty good. So they can just hang over there for a sec. I am going to siphon. Now, yes, I know my white embossing powder looks quite yellow. It is old. It does melt to be white, so don't stress. Siphon that back into the pot, and then because I am me, I am going to now make sure this lid is on tight and properly because embossing powder does go off eventually. I'm going to grab out my, of course, purple microfiber cloth and clean up just to get rid of those strays. Now I have changed where I have put my heat tool because I bought a new fan / heater for my room, so hopefully I just need to heat this up. Hopefully you'll be able to see what I do now with my embossing. So I want to heat this up so then I don't warp the window sheets. So our window sheets are thicker, as I was saying, and this is a good thing because you can heat emboss on them. Okay, that is now nice and hot. Now this embossing powder will melt quickly because of the plastic. So I just want to keep this moving. And I'm kind of burning my fingers here because that's how I roll. This is, I do have it a fair way away, so not to melt. I really am burning my fingers though. Please be careful. There we go. It's turning now. Come on, wire. Come on. Half of these leathers aren't quite turned. There we go. So you want to melt it until everything is nice and shiny and there are no matte grainy bits left. Okay, so I want to heat this up and then it will start to turn. There we go. Okay, much better. Done. Great. So that is that embossed, and I can see that you saw it changing. So I want to take my microfiber cloth that is now on the floor, and I want to remove that anesthetic powder. So you just want to wait until the embossing powder's cool, which I didn't quite do, but hey, that's okay. Now I'm going to wipe this over both sides. So, although one of mine, I have something on it. I don't know what it is, but that's okay. The person who gets it isn't going to care that I have like weird finger marks on it. Just try and, oh, that came off with a bit of pressure. That came off the acetate, hooray. So they are nice and clear again. Now, what we want to do is adhere these to our frames. Now, I'm going to be really smart and do my adhering on a silicone sheet. So there are kind of two ways. Thank you, Donna. You can use wet glue or you can use our tear and tape. Now, just a reminder, our tear and tape is not going anywhere despite what the retirement list or last chance list tells us. It's just being reconfigured. So there is a slight price change, but I'm not sure what else is being reconfigured. I haven't been able to work that out. Now, I just got glue on that sheet, so I'm going to use a new silicone sheet because I don't want any glue to go on the window sheet. Okay, so now we're just going to pop this on, hopefully in a straight fashion. Oh, I did get some stray bits on this, but hey, that's okay. I did get some stray bits. Now, I'm going to be smart, and that is tacked down, but what I'm going to do is just pop this up here and pop it on a block just to make sure that is nice and adhered. And then we are going to get our other piece on our gluey silica mat. So this is all my learnings from making this card a couple of times. So I like to share because my first one was a bit how's your father. So just a thin bead, and I do mean thin. You do not want a lot of glue. Okay, this to the side, get our non-gluey silicone mat on and try and remove any glue from your hands. Okay, now make sure you're putting your words back to front upside down. Ask me how I know. One of my team members made her shaker upside down. It was quite funny. We laughed so much. Our team meetings are so much fun. Now, did you guys know that if you sign up at the moment, you can order from the new catalogue? You can order any pre-order items as part of your starter kit. Just in case you didn't know. Bit of fun. Okay, pop those there. Just pop our silicone mats to the side because we're done with our silicone mats now. All done. Whoa, my heat tool nearly hit the floor, but I'm going to be smart and put my heat tool back to save some space as you hear it crash back to where it's meant to be. Okay. Now we're going to play with our foam adhesive strips. So I'm going to take out our first one and I am going to place this down. Okay, grab my scissors, snip at the end, and then our next piece. And you do want to be, once we've got this all down, we will apply more pressure just to make sure this all adheres nicely and we don't lose shaker bits. So you want to butt up to our edge, and you can see I've made this frame so it's a nice width for our shaker. Okay, feeling a bit Christina Werner-ish. She loves a good shaker card. She hasn't done one in a long time though. Okay, all good. I'm going to not have my my bit that I got cardstock on. So I'll just, where's my bin? Where's my little dish? Oh, I thought I'd lost my little dish. How rude. Oh, the strips are amazing, Cindy. They really, really are. Okay. So just a brand new strip. Butt it up again. Oh, someone's done something. I don't know whether it's an ambulance or a police car. If they come sirens are blazing down our valley, it just bounces off. We've got a fairly narrow valley, which a train line goes down the middle of. Okay, so that is perfect like that. And I'm going to swap out this one for this one and just pop. I'm actually going to pop the block on it and put pressure, okay, just to make sure that's nice and adhered, because that's the best tip I can have, is you just want really good adhesion for all of these layers, okay. Okay, so for these two we use about 3 strips. Okay, so there's one, can go in the bin. We'll use another whole strip. So a sheet of these strips goes a really, really long way. And if you wanted to go around something circular, you just take off the backing at the top and you can bend it around. And then what I would do is apply wet glue on top of that just to make sure you've got good adhesion, because your fingers have been on it and that loses a bit of the adhesion, which is why I'm pushing this down here. So just going butter. Sound rude saying that. No problem, Sylvia. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it when you guys pop in, and then when you pop back on the replay, because so many of you still comment on the replay and tell me that you're here, which I love hearing and seeing who's here and who sticks around. Okay, that is this. One more section. Pardon me, I don't even have a drink of water here. Me sleeping in this morning was not the plan. I was even going to wash my hair this morning, but those plans went out the window. Lucky my hair's not super desperate. It was just, you know, a good day to do it. But that's okay. That's okay. And snip, and we're all good. Great, so not very much wastage from 3 strips. That's all we've got left. So I'd say a third of a strip left. Okay, this one needs a really nice push down. Great. So that is that done. So we're adhering this to the terracotta tile pattern. Okay, and we're going to be using the ice cream corner sprinkles. So these are all out of the same suite. Who owns these sprinkles? Because they are uber cute, and I'm trying really hard for them not to go everywhere when I open this up. Haha, success. So these are just super duper fun. So I'm actually going to use them up completely on this project, which I like. Such a satisfying thing when you can finish a whole pack of embellishments. Now, if I wanted to, I can pop a few random of these embellishments, which I might do actually. So I'll just show you, just with tiny dots of glue. I will just permanently glue a few of these embellishments. So then you've always got some up and they're not all congregating at the bottom. Hello, Paula. Thank you for joining. Yes, I've done it woe to go. So if you want to go back and watch it, you can. 2, 1, yeah. I don't know if they'll stay, but I'll give it a red hot go, and if they fall down, that's okay as well. Doesn't want to stay. Just wants to wiggle around. Is that one stuck? Yep. Okay. Got a couple stuck to my finger here because my finger is currently sticky, but I will fix that because I don't want my finger to stay sticky, otherwise I may mark my my acetate. So you can see here my acetate is just a little warped, which is why I am going to take off this backing and I'm going to add some of our Tombow glue to it, because we want the best adhesion that we can have. Okay, so pop this end up. It also gives us a bit of wiggle room. It's okay to put a wet glue on top of a dimensional or something like that if you want a bigger bit of wiggle room. Don't feel as though you can't, because you can. There are no rules. Well, we have our self-imposed rules, but okay. So, and sticking to me everywhere. No, these sprinkles are fine. It's glitter, which we don't currently have in our crafting arsenal. It's glitter and it's the gold flakes. These are, look, they're light, but they are denser than the rest of our offering. So just a little bit of wet glue. Not coating it, but making sure it's fairly evenish. Now, let's see if I can do this. So I'm just holding it by the edges, which is perfect. Now I do have a little glue on the inside, and hey, that's okay. So I'm just going to line it up as best as I can, knowing that I do have a titch of wiggle room. That is fairly straight. Look, I have some glue oozing out on the sides, and that's okay. I'm not going to shake this. I'm not going to do anything. I am just going to really push that down. This is our big, I want to say E block. No, it's our F block. And I own 2 of these, and they're the best things. They're like huge paperweights. Okay, so now we're on to number 2. And I think I'm going to do the same thing again. And just very, very lightly, just try and attach some of these. And then I'm going to tip the rest. I swear, me sticking these down is like kryptonite. I just struggle doing it on a blue one. So I'm still doing like little clusters as such. La 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 la. Yeah, you just stay there, please. No, doesn't want to stay. And already purple, already orange one. Oh, yeah. I want to use words. Aren't we glad HAPS is working today, guys? No idea what happened last week, especially when it happened on 2 broadcasts. Okay, that's one cluster. I'm going to put another another 2 here. So what I haven't used the purple posy one. Stay, do what you're told, and then I'm just going to pour. Okay, and what are we going to repeat? I think I might use yellow, because yellow is just the best pop colour. That and orange are the best pop colours. Look, it takes a bit of time and patience to do this, but trust me, it'll be worth it. Then we are just going to very carefully pour the rest into the middle. Had a couple of strays. Be rude, like really. Oops. I think oh. Look, that tremor was epically badly timed, like seriously. Okay, so we're going to be smart and very carefully use our paintbrush. This is the problem when you actually have hand tremors. That was like perfect. And then I decided to have a hand tremor, like seriously. I hope you're all laughing. Oh, thank you for sharing, Myrtle. I appreciate that. Oh, And I have one of my curly hairs which is molting. It's stuck to my nail. Right. Let's just very patiently, we're just being patient. I'm not even actually, how long have we been going? Not quite an hour. Look, we are pretty much, once we do these bits, it's just assembly and a bit of embellishing with our ice cream. Okay, right. Now, we need to instruct my hands not to shake. So, I am going to just close this up. Hello, Sharon. Thank you for joining. Just finishing off making some fun shaker cards. Well, actually, we're about 3/4 of the way through. Let's be honest here. But we're just having fun because my hands are tremoring and things aren't quite going to plan. But that's okay. That's the fun of card making. And it's the fun of me doing it live. I'm not going to edit out the bad bits because there's no fun in that. Okay. Right. Whoops-a-daisy. Great. Now, wet glue again. Hopefully my hands don't tremor again while I'm doing this. This just gives us a little bit better adhesion and gives us a slight bit of wiggle room as we put this down on our backing piece. I just got a whole blob of glue on top of my nail now. Now put it on the back of my hand because we don't touch the back of my hand to anything. So I'm going to use the edges again just to make sure our hands don't get gluey. Okay, that looks, I think, as straight as it's going to get. Okay, so this one is now actually sitting really flat. I love that. Now we're going to do the same with this one. Do some CPR, get rid of this kamikaze sprinkle. We've got a couple of kamikaze sprinkles. Perform some CPR. Get that nicely adhered. And just leave that weight on us. So now we are left with, I love that sound. I just want to shake it all day. I know. And I'm just going through it at my own pace, Myrtle. So some of these are sticking around, which I love, and the rest of them are just settling to the bottom. So I like that we stuck some, and some of them go on weird angles, and that's just how it is. So you can see from the edges, I have really nice firm adhesion all the way around. Now, I had one that lifted a while after. If that happens, you can get a stray piece of cardstock, put some glue on it, and put the cardstock under, and then weight it again. I have fixed a card this way. Okay, so now we're on to constructing our card bases. Oh, actually, while we're sitting here, just waiting for that to go, because I want to give them equal time, I'm going to grab out some of our ice creams. So my electronic die cutter did a great job cutting these ice creams out. You can, if you want, oh, I like the green because there's green in the back. Or do I have a blue one? Yes. Let's go green and blue. Sorry, I'm just the blocks are really good because even though that's weighted, I can check my colours. So that'd be like pistachio and that'd be like bubble gum. What's your favourite ice cream flavour of all time? I know what mine is. And my aunt bought some the other day when she came over. It was so yum. So what is your favourite ice cream flavour? Just while we're finishing these up. And I think I may even add them with a bit of dimension because this card is full of dimension. As it is, you would need to put extra postage possibly on it. But that's okay. I am well, thank you, Linda. Chocolate chip. Okay. That is not my favourite, Linda. I'll wait for a couple more answers while I get these going. I know you girls know how to do rum and raisin. Ooh, cookie dough. Oh, I do like cookie dough, but it's not. Oh, Cindy, you might be very close to my favourite, but we don't have that flavour in Australia. I don't think I've ever seen that flavour in Australia, but hell, I'm willing to try it. So when we go out for ice cream, I will order that with you. One day in the next 10 years, I may be able to leave my country. There was one I loved. It was called, double chocolate. Now, I love Maltesers. I don't know, Paula, do you have Maltesers? Because we have Maltesers and they're better than malted balls. Hokey Pokey, yeah. No, I haven't seen Hokey Pokey around for years. I think I like the texture of Hokey Pokey. So you got your popsicles on the back side of the stripes, but that would just be a bit too loud of a pattern for what we want. That will be more down the kids card side. I would happily give these shaker cards to an adult. Okay, who else? And then I will reveal my favourite. But I'm particular with my favourite in the same way. You know, is anyone surprised how particular that I'd be particular? You don't believe you do. Okay. Maltesers. Yep, they're amazing. My aunt and uncle bought the kids a bucket, like a hunting bucket, like an Easter egg hunt, and it had, yeah. If you can find Maltesers, they're better than malt balls. So much better than malt balls. So I used this stripe background to bring together all the colours in this card. Okay, now I did know I put them back because we don't. Oh no, I do have a tiny strip of dimensionals left, and I have scraps of my foam adhesive sheets. We will get through. We make do with what we have. You like, chopped chip, mint chip. I like that. Or an ice cream with a caramel swirl. A woman after my own heart. I am a salted caramel girl. Now, my belief is that most companies don't use enough salt in their salted caramel. If I can't taste the salt in the salted caramel, it's not a salted caramel. Thank you, Cindy. I tried. This paper makes it uber easy to make a fun design. Helps if you work on a flat surface too. So, you know, Dimension Plus, the sprinkles, you just got to be fun and happy with this design. There is no other way to do it. I think I'm going to need, I haven't done my water. I'm hungry again. my reflux is not playing nicely recently, and I'm not really sure what's going on, to tell you the truth. I'm on like medication morning and night. Hello, Deanne. Thank you so much for joining me. Just finishing up some fun shaker cards, and we did embossing on window sheets. So couple of techniques here. So there is a nice niche here in the A and the Y to put our ice cream. Now, it doesn't have to be straight ice cream, because that one I just put down was crooked. Yes, you needed salty, Paula. I'm so glad. The one I had, it was just like supermarket brand that my aunt bought. It was so good. And I normally have a protein ice cream, so then if I'm giving myself a treat, I'm also giving myself enough protein in my day. And the salted caramel one in that isn't fantabulous. Now, I had a gluey finger there, so I do have a bit of glue on the front of my window sheet, but I will be able to remove that. Okay, so that is essentially our card done. We'll just do this last one. Pop my F-lock away where it lives. Just lives tucked away, but they're always there. It is fun, Dee. It is fun indeed. Bit of an adventure, like all my card making, you know. I like to show you real card making because we had a bit of an explosion of our ice cream sprinkles. But that's okay. That's just the way we roll. My hand had a tremor and off they went. Thank you, Miss Stacey. Are you on lunch break? Look at you sneaking in. Am I keeping you company? Lunch break or admin time? Stacey is our real life friend. Not saying that you guys aren't real life friends. It's just she lives in my local area, so I get to see her and squeeze her often. And yes, we are, well, we're not meant to squeeze, but, you know, we squeeze anyway because we are quite safe here in Australia. Okay, let's see if I can scratch this off. If not, I'll just make more of a mess. Or I'm making more of a mess. Leave it, leave it, leave it. But I did just get a whole glob of glue right there. Come on, come on. You know you want to. Right. I don't know where the glue is on my hand. But there you go. They're the cards I've made. So what we have used today is, where are the dies? And I'm going to put my other dies away while I'm here because, hey, we've taken this long for the video. It's a few minutes more. So this is just painter's tape. Because this has been through my die cut machine, I don't think this painter's tape is going to want to come off easily. Actually, that's quite adhered. Oh my dear word. But I have used them. How about I deal with that one next time I craft? I'll at least separate them. That's even hard. My word. I'll get off as much as I can. Just the... God's sakes. Right. I'm sorry that I made you want ice cream, Paula. I'm so sorry. Yes. Okay, lunch break, because I said that first. But your lunch breaks normally include admin, so I know your lunch breaks. You've crashed my lunch break. I was in a restaurant with another another friend that Stacey knows as well, and she waltzes in and has a lunch. It's like, I can't see you, I've got to work. It was so sad. Oh no, I'm so sorry. You'll all have to have at least one scoop of ice cream tomorrow to celebrate the card that we made. Or get a drive-through soft serve. Okay, so we used the stitch rectangle framelits. Now, what we used those for was to make the frame for our shaker. And then we used white embossing powder. These are a pouch, so these can just go in like that, and I'll deal with that later. And then what we used is white embossing powder on acetate. So the writing isn't on the back. It isn't in black ink. It's in white embossing powder. Where is my thing of white embossing powder? We used that. We used our Versamark ink. We used our now empty ice cream corner sprinkles. What else did we use? And we used all the paper. So the paper is the ice cream corner paper. It will be gone very soon. The sweet ice cream stamp set is hanging around, but the paper is going. So if you can use this cinnamon roll, yummy. If you think you can't live without this paper, I do suggest that you get on and pop in an order. Now, I did forget to mention at the top of the video, the clearance rack in Australia has been refreshed at midnight. In America, it will be refreshed in about 45 minutes for you, Dee. On the 13th, we all get a clearance rack refresh. So that is full of lots of awesome discounted retired products. But we never have stamps. Okay, so it's paper, accessories, punches, all those kinds of things. And it's first come, first serve. So if you want anything, grab it while you can. Now, the other thing we did use, and I can't find the large packet for them, is the adhesive strips, because they work perfectly. I've really lost the whole other packet. I will find it, but it's just not on my tidy desk at the moment. Oh, I did move the camera at some stage, and we are a titch crooked. Oh, we are in low power mode. What a good time to finish up with you girls. I've nearly gone through all my power, but thank you so much for joining me. I will be back on Thursday, playing with butterflies again on Thursday, and that will finish up all the cards from my last class and team meeting, and then we will have a brand new set. I've made 4 cards for my class this weekend, so if you are local and did want to come, please tell me before I start finalising everything and cutting up for class. Oh, I'm so glad, Cindy. I've seen the Australian one. Your clearance rack will be different. Some awesome products on this clearance rack refresh. So yes, do enjoy. Thank you so much for your time and your friendship and your comments. I will definitely be having some what was it? Cookies and cream, I think, is the one that my aunt left in my freezer. So I'll be having some cookies and cream ice cream tonight because all the salted caramel is gone. Oh, fantastic. So I'm normally live about noon Australian Eastern Standard Time. Yes, you too, Miss Stace. Enjoy all the bubbers that you're seeing today. Okay, thank you so much, girls. I really appreciate the support. I'm going to have some eggs for lunch and refill my water bottle. Yay! You guys have a great couple of days, and I will see you soon.